I'm finally back from my birthday slash anniversary vacation, and I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to be able to see a lot of movies this week. But surprisingly, I believe I was able to watch seven movies, which I was pretty surprised. I wasn't able to watch any on my trip. I was going to watch You, Me, and Tuscany on my trip, but bad scheduling just made it not happen, and I ended up watching it. What was it? Yesterday, 2 days ago. So yeah, I'm pretty happy I was able to watch seven movies within the span of like 3 days. Just being able to catch up on everything. I was really excited for this week. Almost every single movie I was just super excited for. Did they live up to it? You see right here. Oh, I didn't flip it. Right here, three of them did live up to the hype, in my opinion. And I think it was a really solid week. Even the movie I have in bad could be in the good rating, and I'll talk about that later, but just a very solid week of movies. And with the start here, I'm going to go with the best movie I've seen this week, and probably a top three movie for me, period, this year so far, which is The Plague. I mean, absolutely stunning film. I thought this was unbelievable. Great sound design, uh, amazing performances out of every single young actor they have in this movie. The story is just so much fun. It reminds me of shoot, I'm forgetting the name of the movie, Mysterious Skin. If you know the name of the movie I'm talking about, it's something like that. And I just love those type of vibes in movies. And I think this movie just really fills it in very, very well. It's very gorgeous. The lighting is great. It's just visually very appealing. And like I said, the performances are unbelievable for how what I assume are pre-20-year-olds all in this movie. I think they're all really damn fantastic. And of course, someone who I didn't know was in this movie, Joel Edgerton, who had such a great year last year with Train Dreams. Even though he doesn't have a massive role in this movie, and he is one of the supporting characters in this, he's pretty damn good. And I can't wait to see him in more. When he popped up on screen, I was like, holy shit, it's him, and he killed it. He doesn't have many lines, and he does mostly appear throughout like the third act and a little bit towards the end of the second act. I mean, everyone's just phenomenal in this. I mean, very, very special shout out to Everett Blunk, who, of course, played the main character in this movie. I thought he was just brilliant. I mean, this was really, really great. I'm hoping at the end of this year I'm able to recognize it again towards my top 10 list because I really enjoyed this. I really dug this one. I'm very, very surprised at how much I liked it because I watched it during a day where I just saw shitty movie after shitty movie after shitty movie, and this one just made me so so happy. An amazing psychological thriller. I really dug it. And Faces of Death, my second favorite movie of this week, which I was also unbelievably surprised with how much I enjoyed it. Uh, if you know the Faces of Death series, which they do mention in this movie, it's very dog shit. There's not a single good one. I think there's 7 or 8 of them. I've watched only like 5. It just gets boring. Even after the first one, I was like, do I want to watch anymore? And I really didn't want to. And I wasn't expecting anything out of this, anything special. I actually did not know they were going the route that they ended up going in this movie, where they have a copycat killer who's copying the kills from the first Faces of Death movie, and it was perfect. Unbelievably perfect. I was very surprised. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10, which I cannot believe I'm saying that. Maybe it's because I was so surprised at how good it was or how much I enjoyed it, and maybe it's because it just filled the hole that Scream 7 just couldn't fill. I thought this was perfect. If you wanted a Scream movie this year that's actually good, go watch Faces of Death. It's an amazing, funny meta horror movie, and Dacre Montgomery is unbelievable. I need him in more of these creepy, disgusting roles as a person. I mean, I liked him in Stranger Things, and I liked him in Power Rangers, and I liked him in. Oh, I'm zoning out on the last one. But I really loved him in this. This is probably my favorite performance of him ever. I think he's just unbelievably great. And I think something I really just makes me love this movie even more is that I love the copycat killer type of thing where they specifically copy movies or books or kind of just those two, not really video games. And we don't really have a lot of horror movies like that. I remember last year I was searching for copycat killer, copies movies and kills people, and we have a couple of them. They're okay. We even have a great one, and if you want to count Peeping Tom, I really wouldn't, but that is an unbelievable film. But I think Faces of Death was awesome. The kills are pretty damn gruesome and really damn cool. They weren't scared to do the gore in this movie, which I was really proud of. And I mean, it's just so nice that we had a movie to fill the hole of Scream that Scream couldn't do, which is just unbelievable that I'm even saying that. But I did really dig it. I walked out of the theater. The first thing I did was text my sister. This movie surprised the fuck out of me. Unbelievable. I really dug it. And for the last good movie of the week, sort of last one, Exit 8, which if you don't know is a video game where you literally just go back and forth down a subway station trying to escape, and that's my only knowledge of it. I've seen it on TikTok, I've seen speedrunners do it, but other than that, I have nothing, no knowledge behind Exit 8. I'm pretty sure all the lore they made up in this movie is all fresh, all brand new, and while I do think they do a good job, it's kind of hard to get this movie to be longer, than 40 minutes, and this movie is an hour and a half. I think they did do a pretty decent job at filling that void with the story. The main character and his wife or his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, sorry, and the baby they're gonna have. You have the little child and his happenings, and they even do the second act with the hallway guy who or the worker I think they called him, where he's just he had to find his path out, and then he ended up taking the wrong exit, and now he's stuck in there forever. I thought that was great, just really fun. It's just a fun psychological thriller. I didn't think it was amazing. Like I said, after the first 30 minutes, it felt like a bit repetitive, and that's kind of the point of this movie. It is to be repetitive, but it just gets to a point. Like, can I sit here for an hour and a half and do this? And of course, for the final act, like in the last 20 minutes of the movie, it's just them speed running it, which is okay. I don't know. I dug it. I thought it was fun. That's why I'm putting good. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. For my bad of the week, I said this could be in good because I am giving it a 6 out of 10. Maybe on a different day I could give it a 5 out of 10, to be honest, but it's Yumi and Tuscany, a movie I wanted to watch on my vacation and for my anniversary, but ended up watching it, yesterday? It's okay. It's a pretty okay rom-com movie. I'm super excited for this because there's a Mateo character in the movie. He really doesn't do anything. So that disappointed me a lot. But the first 30 minutes of this movie it's just completely unbearable. It's not funny. It tries so hard to be funny. I mean, 30 minutes are just trying to be pure comedy and not really romance, and it just doesn't work for me. There was even a point where my girlfriend looked at me and said, "Can we leave this movie?" Which she's never done before. She wanted to leave the movie theater, and I told her that's not my rule. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to leave movies in the middle of the movie. I have to stay for the whole thing and suffer through it. If I hate it, I hate it. Oh well. But after that 30-minute mark where she told me she wants to leave, this movie actually picked up pretty damn well. The introduction of Michael was really damn fun, and he was just so great. I think the relationship and their dynamic with each other was pretty good. A lot of my problems with this movie lie with the romance, and I think it's just so undercut with so much comedy, which is unfortunate. It feels like a thing a lot of rom-com movies have been doing nowadays. Let the romance scenes be romance scenes. You have that whole final scene where they're through the vineyard and they're kissing and they're finding out that they love each other and all this, and then they cut to the tourists staring at them, and they're literally talking over the entire scene. That's supposed to be like pretty romantical. It's just unfortunate. And while I did think it was funny at first, they just kept talking and talking and talking. And it's like there has to be a point where you just let the romance of a romance movie be romance. I mean, almost nothing romancy happens in this movie. I think there was a chance here with this movie to be a story of, why am I forgetting her character's name? Sorry, I don't know why I'm zoning out on her name. This is so stupid. I never do this. Yeah, Anna. Yeah, Anna's character, because it's Italiana. Anna's character. I think this could have just been a movie of her, finding her love for cooking and going to Italy and finding a boyfriend in Michael. And it didn't have to be all this weird drama romance between her and Matteo. Maybe that's where I really just didn't think they hit the mark. If this movie focused more on Anna and her character, probably could have been a lot better. Just the romance just wasn't there enough for me, and it's either you up the romance or you completely make this story about Anna and how she finds love on her journey through cooking and living her mother's dream. I think that could have been a lot more interesting than this final product. And for the ugly this week, there are 3 movies, which I was really disappointed in because I watched these back to back to back. Which it sucks, man. I mean, really, really just sucks. This was unbearable to watch. Outcome, a movie with Keanu Reeves and Martin Scorsese, directed by Jonah Hill, who's honestly had a pretty damn good record of directing movies. This was horrible. It's just so bland and generic, and I think I've seen this movie 30 times this month alone. It's just so garbage and rubbish, and it shouldn't even exist. And I feel really bad for Keanu Reeves because he's trying to, broaden his filmography and all this, but this isn't the way. I said it last year during my review for shoot, I'm forgetting the name of the movie, the comedy movie he did last year. I was like, it'd be really nice if he keeps doing more comedy movies because I think he's actually really good at it. His monotone voice, the way he talks, presents himself is just so funny for comedy. It just doesn't work here. And I think it mostly comes down to Jonah Hill's directing and then the writing of this movie is just so boring, bland, garbage, bullshit. And it's really just unfortunate. You had such a good actor here with such a good director, in my opinion, and it just didn't fumble. It just fumbled completely. And it's pretty good this was only on streaming and not in theaters because I can't even imagine what this would have done in theaters. This was bad, like bad, bad. And for the next movie, for Ugly, we do have Thrash, which was a Netflix original, I believe. Just boring. Uh, Same thing. All these movies kind of have the same problem. Boring, and I've seen them a million times. It's a shark movie where the fucking town floods and sharks come in and eat people. It's not interesting. The characters kind of suck. They're not fun. There's no good action. The gore is almost non-existent. This movie just sucks. I really didn't like Thrash, and I was kind of excited for it. Not as much as Outcome, which I was really super duper excited for, but I was expecting something out of Thrash. We've gotten some pretty fun shark scenes in recent history, and I don't know, Thrash just didn't live up to it. I gave this also a 3 out of 10. And for The Yeti, a movie I was really super excited for. If you know me and my love for giant monsters in horror, I was super excited for this. I love giant monsters, and we don't really get many good Yeti movies, so I had a little hope for this. This was horrible. This felt like a joke movie. It felt like Anaconda, but instead of a giant anaconda, it's a Yeti, and it just doesn't work for me. When you list this movie as a horror or thriller movie, and it almost feels too much like a comedy rather than a horror. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. It's unfortunate. I really wanted a really cool, really scary Yeti movie, but we don't get that. We just get a really shitty joke movie. It really just does feel like Anaconda. Like it's a kind of unbelievable. The characters aren't fun. They're not interesting. The story doesn't really make sense, and it just meanders. The Yeti just sucked. I was really disappointed in it. So even though we did have a lot of good movies this week, this batch of 3 was just so unbearable, unbelievable, and I can't recommend them. They're all just rubbish, and you've seen them before. You've seen them done better than this, which is unfortunate. Enjoyed this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Let me know in the comments below whether you agree on any of my choices. And if you want me to do a full-length review on any of the movies that I didn't do this week, also let me know in the comments below. Or if I missed a movie, period, that released this week. I always try to watch as many movies as I can, but, not possible all the time. If you want to see past episodes of The Good, Bad, and the Ugly from this year, that should be right here in this playlist right below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that right here. See you guys next week.